Well, I just grew up around like writing your feelings and your thoughts and your problems down with poems and music, so it just gives me the chance to just do that in a positive way.
When I think about performing, I get nervous.
On stage, I want to feel like really comfortable. I want to feel like a star, actually, like a real one.
Silence. Silence drops a dark void on deep thinkers, the wool over their eyes, the sound of their cries. Silence gives time to think for the mad, time to mourn for the sad, time to decline for the joyous. Silence, it's never ending, and silence is too loud here.
And what about after the performance? How do you want to feel about yourself?
After, I want to feel great, like I accomplished something.
My name is Theodore Fable. I teach English at Broadway High School, and I co-taught the class POV. It is a course that is a collaboration of Broadway High School, Pillsbury House Theater, and MTN, Minneapolis Television Network. All the students in the POV class are young mothers, or were soon to be young mothers.
I'm Destiny Walker, I'm 15 years old, and I'm in 10th grade, and I'm 5 months pregnant.
My name is Danny Reese, I am 18 years old.
Sierra Ford, and I'm 12.
My name is Sierra. I'm 17 years old. I have a daughter. Her name is Jalea, and she's 11 months.
I'm Whitney Watson. I'm 18 years old, and I'm a senior.
I'm Sadiqa Shabazz, and I am the team programming coordinator at Pillsbury House Theater, and I am working with the wonderful young ladies and Mr. Fable at Broadway High School in Longfellow. And what it is a spoken word / theater-based program where the kids choose issues that they want to talk about, however they want to talk about it. We put it all together after accumulating so much material, and then we put it into a show. The purpose of POV, Power of Our Voices, is to foster reading, writing, literacy, essentially. So every day we focus on a different aspect of theater and spoken word. So the first week, it was like introduction to what is spoken word, and then moving forward we are focusing on monologues. What is a monologue? They are also focusing on individual pieces that they're doing for themselves, and just we're generating more and more material so we can have just a bunch of it and then choose what they want to put into the show.
Main skills we focused on were kind of creative writing and collaboration in their writing. So students both wrote their own pieces, then with each other revised and edited their pieces to kind of come to something that they were more happy with than what they originally wrote. They also wrote collaborative pieces that they wrote and then performed as a group.
We're in the Power of Voice class, the best class of the whole semester. We're working on poetry and how to write poetry, how to read poetry, how to perform.
I don't want to let you go.
Latoya is speechless.
So you don't have anything to say?
It's not that. I just didn't know you still love me.
So far in the last 3 weeks we've been focusing on writing, which we will soon be turning into writers' workshops, and body movement, and kind of just collaboration and becoming comfortable with each other as classmates.
Mr. Fable.
Have I got it now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why we, Ted and I got together to do this program, and the reason why this program exists is just to foster their literacy, and that's just for the academics of it, but it also builds character and integrity, confidence, your speaking skills, how to deal with other people, how to express yourselves in a positive way, how to know exactly how you feel by being able to express yourself instead of, bottling it in. It does give them a chance to really sit down, reflect who they are, reflect on what they've gone through, how they feel. Or, maybe they're realizing some, emotional growth.
You didn't want to be in the baby's life. I went through everything by myself, and after 12 months, you want to come back? No, Carlos, go back to your normal life.
They've gone through some tough things, and they let us know. It's so easy to candy coat it. It's so easy to not say anything, but they've spoken. And so I think it's their courage to actually say, I've gone through this. I've been in this type of relationship. I have this kind of life at home with my family, but I'm still here and I'm still strong and I still believe in myself. Their courage to even say, this is where I'm at, it's been the biggest thing, the most unique part about them.
My choice poem title is called Roy, and Roy is the father of my 8-month-old son, and he was my motivation to finish high school and to get a good job and get my own place, which is all things that I completed without him. So it just basically touches on why we're not together. My son is everything to me. And that's what my poem is about. Me being a mother, and I'm growing. And I'm independent for him and responsible for my actions now. I'm not a child anymore.
One of my pieces is called Survivor. I really like that poem. It's, it's not too in-depth, but it reflects some of my life and how, no matter what, I always come back fighting.
When you write, it takes you away to another place where you can actually write your thoughts down, your actual thoughts. And it's not something that you would normally just have a conversation with someone about, so it brings honesty out of me.
Trust is one of the number one things in this class. If you feel like you don't have the trust or the respect of your peers or the people that you're working with, you're always going to feel intimidated. You're not going to trust anyone. You're going to think you're probably going to get made fun of or bullied or what have you. So from the beginning, I always try to be as silly as I can.
Right now. All right, whoever's leading now, let's bring those to a neutral position. But I'm crazy. It's hard.
Having students in the class that were 14 who were, at our school for their 8th grade year, and then students who are 20 years old, they were all in the class together and kind of learning and building with each other. Some of the older ones who, acted kind of, I wouldn't say motherly characters because they're all mothers, but were clearly leaders.
We all grow in different directions, yet our roots remain as one.
I messed it up.
Yeah, that's all right. All right, then that's the show.
I'm getting ready to perform for the school, and it's nerve-wracking, and I get sweaty just thinking about it, but it's fun.
A lot of our students, because they are parents, because they would be busy in the evening, because transportation is an issue and childcare is an issue, they wouldn't have been able to make it to the Pillsbury house to see their classmates perform. So we wanted to make sure that we had a performance here at school so that the classmates could support, could see what is being done at this school and what they could be a part of in the future. I think they paid a certain degree more respect to the speakers because they were their classmates and because they were saying things that each of our girls could look at, hear, and say, yep, I get it. I get it, I get it, I get it.
You never really think you get close to certain people. You have class with somebody and you see them often, but you really never know them. When they come out with this poetry and their work and their stories, and you see why people do the things they do, why they act the way they act, and you understand somebody. I'm here at the Pillsbury house with my high school, which is Broadway High School, with my fellow students, and we're performing. I'm excited. This is our performance that we worked hard on.
Like branches on the tree, we all grow in different directions, yet our roots remain as one.
So again, every time there's
I'm not going to this time, sorry.
every time there's take a breath. So
I feel good. I feel like people are actually listening, like somebody actually cares. So I like performing.
I want to send a shout out to all the audience that are outside cheering for me, and I know I'm gonna do great.
I'm really excited.
I am really excited and nervous.
feeling tonight? Yeah. All right. Well, my name is Sadiqa Shabazz. I'm the teen programming coordinator here at Pillsbury House Theater. And one of the programs that I do is called POV, Power of Our Voices. And what it is a program that's a spoken word / theater-based program. And we work with these students, and they write their own show. So everything you'll hear tonight has been 100% from them. Every single word, and it's about their lives, their experiences, their voice, what they have to say. And we've been working since the beginning of November, right? So the beginning of November, minus holidays and whatnot. And it's been a pleasure, it's been a blessing working with these ladies. They are beautiful and wonderful, and their stories are amazing. And I really hope you enjoy the show.
I'm one of the English teachers at Broadway High School. I've had the great fortune of working with Sadiqa and Jessica Talley from Minneapolis Telecommunications Network, and then, of course, the poets tonight. So just a few quick thank yous, and then a special treat for you. What's up?
Turn off all cell phones, please.
I was going to say that.
Oh, wow.
I was looking forward to that.
Sorry.
Under, a few shout-outs. Thank you so much. First of all, obviously, Broadway staff has been an absolute wellspring of generosity and flexibility and love, and everyone from the teachers to the child care to the administration to everyone to the engineers, everyone has been just phenomenal, and like the most love to all of you. Thank you so much. Sadiqa, obviously you, and Jessica Jessica, for everything. I mean, for being a part of this and for really showing us how this is done and taking us under your wing and showing us. Really a pleasure. And finally, all of you in attendance, obviously. I saw a play today, and I'm going to bite a line from the person who introduced the play. They said that without you, this would just be another rehearsal, so I'm taking that. It's the same thing. Without all of you, this would just be another rehearsal, so really thank you so much for being here. This is really so powerful. And then lastly, so yesterday after our rough draft performance at school, the ladies all said, so you guys are going to perform tomorrow night too, right? And Sadiqa and I just met eyes and said, no. And they said, oh yeah, you are. And I said, oh, okay, well, it looks like we are. So we each went home last night and did our own things. So at my house, I had some coffee and some gummy bears and read some Langston Hughes, and then came up with this piece, and it is called Theme for POV. I received a request yesterday to spit hot fire today, at this time, in this place. In that case, enter the dragon. For 3 months now, I have weaved in and amongst young minds, finding the right words to say those saving the day kind of poetic lines. Lines that lasso grinding teeth, heavy eyelids, and trudging feet. And yes, they found those lines. Lines so bulging with truth that the bindings on their notebooks finally said, enough. Release these from the page and offer them to the ears of others so that through you, they too may feel the release that we all need. And maybe they'll feel a bit of envy that you got the words so right. For 3 months, I've been among these minds, and I wouldn't blame you if you were a little envious of that. It's so obvious that it takes courage to do what these young poets are about to do, but to you also. It takes courage to be in this place tonight. Just as rising to each newborn day, we are, to an extent, in harm's way at this time, in this place. You are welcoming the waves and the winds of these women, and I commend your courage. And to you poets, at this time, in this place, this is your floor. These are your ears. And going forward, far beyond tonight, you better get used to the sounds of hands clapping. POV, Broadway POV. It's time to make this happen.
Well, I'm gonna go. And this piece is actually, I'm gonna do two, not now. I'll end with one after the end. Oh, there's a talk back at the end as well, so after the talk back. But I wrote this when I got home, met up with a friend, and this is kind of the outcome of what happened. He said he liked it the way my skin tastes, y'all. Salty with hints of coconut. And I liked the way he tasted too. Cigarettes, hops, and comic books. And this whole thing had me shook because I wasn't supposed to give him a second look. And he wasn't supposed to look my way either. See, in those years spent, we stopped each other's growth. We stopped what we knew should have been better for us. We started saying yes and no at the wrong times. We should have just kept on walking and maybe crossed paths at a different time. But him with his baby blues, love of sushi food, the way he got me in the mood, one of those theater types, you know? And how could I pass him by? How could I just stand by? How could I not see that love was passing me by? How do you say goodbye? And me with my given heart, almond skin, compromising ways, my gap and my lisp. How could he just stand by? How could he not see that love was passing me by? How do you say goodbye? Cute text ending with an O and an X, sex and waiting for what's next is not saying goodbye. But I'm getting there though. Loving me, letting go, admiring my worth, though this time hurts. But I'm getting there though. Pen and paper, books, moments alone, and it's hard to stay strong, but I'm getting there though. And it's hard to, and I'm expecting more text messages with more X's until I find the one I'm supposed to walk on this journey with. More earthquakes, more heartache until I find the one I'm supposed to walk on this journey with. But yeah, I'm getting there though. All right, so without further ado, the students of Broadway High School and
a 17-year-old should never see. I am independent because my mom showed me how to make it that way. I'm different because I don't want to be like everybody else. I'm outgoing because I know I won't live forever. I'm happy because God sent me a cure for my angry soul. I'm loving because everyone makes mistakes. I'm outspoken because I was taught to speak what I believe. I'm intelligent because I take my education very seriously. I'm Wonder Woman because I go to college, high school, work, and still get to take care of my daughter. I'm a role model because my daughter looks up to me. I'm a person who believes in forgiveness but pushes it away when I really need it. I am an understanding person that gets taken for granted but still understands. I'm so misunderstood that even a dictionary couldn't define me. I'm so dehydrated when the world is on my shoulders. I'm a person who has dreams and realizes they aren't reality.
I am pretty, I am smart, I am responsible. Because I am pretty and I feel like I am. When I look in the mirror, I feel proud of who I am.
start laughing. I like to have fun with my friends and family. Being a good friend is when they need me, I'm there. I'm a strong, I'm a positive, I'm a mother because I want to be strong for my baby. Being a great mom is giving my child what they need. I am secure.
I am spectacular. I am a princess. I am extraordinary. I am a teenager. I am a TV star. I am a daughter. I am a co-worker. I am a student. I am many things because God is giving me the chance to be them, and there is still more because I have a long way to go in life.
I'm responsible, I'm independent, because it was my choice. I have to be independent, responsible, just not for me, for my son, too. I have to show him the right way, what's wrong in life. I don't depend on nobody else but myself and my son. That's all I have in life, and I'm responsible for my actions.
I am much like a butterfly. Once I start to fly, there's no turning back. The hateful wind may slow me down, but I will get it together. I'm a single mother who looks for no helping hand. I am like lightning. Don't be like men or stand in my way. I am Quanisha. I am your mother. I will strive to my best knowledge to support you in every way. I am like a wave. I will wash your tears. I will wash away your tears. I am blessed. I will let no one or nothing come between me and my angel. I am Quanisha. I am still standing, so live life and love yourself. I am broken, but my baby is the spirit that holds my head up high. I am brave. No one will stop me from achieving my goals. I am Quanisha.
I am wonderful. I am strong. I am analytical because God made me this way. I am strong-willed. I am mind-strong. I am a problem solver because this is what I believe in. I am all these things because this is the way that God will want me to be. I am strong, positive, and a fighter because I fight for what I believe in. I find the brightest part in the dark day. I never give up and stand tall. I am a mother, daughter, and an auntie because I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my role model. Once my blessing came, it made me a better person. I had the gift to take care of another angel besides mine. I am beautiful, smart, and a learner because I am who I am. And I love the person I've become. I never act dumb, but show the world what I know. I never stop asking and learning.
Hi, my name is Sierra, and this poem is called Survivor. Who I am does not define my life. Who I am did not get me to where I am today. Who I am did not set me back in life. Who I chose to be is the person I am today. The same person who thought the world was against me and that God hated me. The same person who thought you found true love in middle school. The same person that learned forgiveness means happiness. The same person who learned that life is too short to be taken for granted. I chose to be the person I am today because I'm proud of the person I am today. Because when people try to knock me 10 steps back, I always take 30 steps forward. I am a survivor.
This is my choice poem called Mother. You are the M, Medelia sound that keeps me smiling. You are my O, oxygen when I am suffocating. You are my T, teacher when I am confused. You are my H, heart massager. You are my E, emergency room when I am in pain. You are the R, resplendent one that shines in my eyes. You are my mother.
Before I saw you, I already knew I love you and still do. I might not show it all the time, but we are sure I love you. We have had our lows and highs, and I still love you all the time. I love your voice, and especially when you call me mommy. I dislike your travesuras and your berrinches, but I can be mad for long because I love you. The best thing that has happened to me is you. I believe everyone knows that I would do anything for you, but God and I are for sure that I would. I know your favorite song is El Coco No. I would repeat the song so many times when you were in my belly. That's why you are La Coco. My favorite song is from Banda El Recodo, Y Llegaste Tú. And it says, Y llegaste tú como primavera en el frío invierno a mi corazón. And it really relates to us because you did came to me in like spring in my cold winter life. My princess, you know, these words aren't enough to express my love for you.
This is my choice poem called Time. 38 weeks together, 2.5 days waiting. Then it hit 12:42 p.m. I saw you. I fell in love. 1 month, I couldn't believe it. 3, 4, 5, 6 months passed by. Wow, half a year. Every day you're growing.
This is my monologue. I was 8 months pregnant. My head starts to hurt. I thought it was normal, but it wasn't. I took a Tylenol. It didn't work. My head still was hurting. About 5 minutes passed, and I blinked out. I don't remember anything from that point on. My family says I was still talking and walking, saying funny things. My mom told me I was in the kitchen walking to the living room. When I was walking into the living room, I fell on my stomach. At that moment, my mom called the ambulance. That moment, I had a seizure. The ambulance rushed me into the hospital. The doctors did an emergency C-section because I wasn't breathing anymore. Well, then all that passed, I woke up tied up to the bed with a breathing tooth inside my mouth. I got scared because I didn't know what was happening. My mom telling me to calm down. I fell back asleep. I woke up later on, fine, nothing on me. My mom told me that I had my son already. I started to cry. I got to see my baby the second day he was born. At that moment, I seen him. I fell in love with him. He is my pride and joy, and I thank God we're still here. Tell me about the first time you fell in love.
When I fell in love, my heart wouldn't stop beating. I feel noises in my eyes, couldn't stop looking at his eyes. When he looked at me, I feel butterflies in my stomach. When we started to talk, I feel like my world was dancing. I feel deeply in love. We keep talking and ask for each other's number, and I give him mine, and he gives me his. We start testing. I asked him a lot of questions, and he told me about him, and I told him about me. We start to get to know each other. The second day, my cousin invited me to her house, and he lived close to her, but I did not see him. I told my cousin about him, and she said, yeah, I know him, and they were friends. We'll see him that night because he's always outside at night. We saw him coming out of his house. It was shy because he was walking towards. He asked my cousin Lupe if I was her cousin, and she said yes. He was surprised, and she left us alone so we could talk. He was like, I want to tell you something. I said, okay. He was like, will you go out with me? And I said, yes, I do. We start kissing, but soon it was time for me to leave. I said, bye, see you tomorrow. And he was like, bye, babe.
So tell me about one of your relationships.
My name is Whitney Watson, and this is my choice poem. It's called Roy.
My son's name is Kai. He's 9 months old, and for those who don't know, Roy is his despicable father. Unfortunately, he's not here to hear me say this, so. After tonight, I promise I'll stop bringing your name up. I'll stop chasing our memories and my dreams, and eventually I will marry a man, and the only time that he will go to lay a finger on me will be to run his fingers through my hair. And I will lay my heart on his chest like those red roses on Chris's mahogany casket. And I will have his daughter, and she'll have eyes just like Kai that remind me that God still believes in second chances. And I won't have to think when I'm with him, and if that's any constellation, surface this conversation in the blindness of all observations, because his hands will actually feel like hands, and they won't strike me in the darkness, and this hurts. This hurts, and it's driving me crazy because I want you, but you're so bad for me. You get mad over assumptions. You never state the facts. You always take advantage of the fact that you know that you can always have me back, and I'm tired of fussing and fighting. You putting your hands on me or over all these petty things. You want to black my eye over dumb shit? You was the petty king. You start to hit me in my face when you get a little mad. Now I'm hitting you back, and now we both throwing them hands, and at the end, who wins? Because it's not our son, and I can't continue to push myself away anymore to disregard the young, beautiful me that keeps reminding me, that reminded me today, that when you give yourself to someone, when your walls finally collapse and those masks are thrown to the floor as that Take Care album fades in the back, you know, it's real fucked up that I'm starting to relate to that shit, but you realize that you can finally forgive and forget, or at least try. And Whitney, note to self, stop looking for the light at the end of the tunnel and look for God in the darkness, because he still loves you. And a relationship without appreciation and respect is not a loss, it is a gain. And Roy, I'm sorry, but you're doing it wrong. Now step aside and let me live my life so someone can come in and teach me, my son, and I how to do it right. Roy, you did it wrong.
Okay, this poem is called Change. As I've gotten older, I've noticed changes. Changes have consequences that have changed me into the person I am today. Consequences have showed me that change is good when life wants it to be. I've learned that life shows you what no human being could. Life shows you the people and things you need in life. When you want things you don't need, life throws consequences at you so that you lose more than what you asked for. Next thing you know, everyone you love is walking right out the front door, where everything you wanted has now disappeared. Now you're older, and all these changes that you wanted are the consequences you thought you would never face, and now the only face you see is the reflection of the person you chose to be. When you get what you asked for, you do not want it because the person you want to be is not who you need to be. As you look into your eyes, you realize life showed you reality which you didn't want, but you need it because now you know everything you need. You don't want. And everything you wanted has corrupted your mind to make you believe you have everything you need.
This poem is called Turtles. They all say I'm slow. They just don't know I like to take my time. Time to appreciate what life has given me. Eating, taking a walk, have a drink of water. I'm different, and so are many. I hope to get big and dive into the ocean. Instead, I'm a bit tiny and seeing people go. The stereotype they put is that I like lettuce. I do, but mainly strawberries. I am different. I am me. I see my reflection in a puddle after the rain, and a warrior I see. I have my home and protection with me.
This poem is motherhood. Motherhood isn't easy as we think, but it's the most beautiful thing in the world. Like the first time you get to see your child crawl, first teeth, say mom for the first time, or their first step. Motherhood is about waking up every 3 to 4 hours a night, to feed your baby. Mother is about changing diapers. Motherhood is about being a role model to your child. Motherhood is about dealing with toddler tantrums. Motherhood is about kissing little toes and wiping away tears. Motherhood is about being vomited on and being peed on. Motherhood is about having sleepless nights. To me, this life of motherhood is perfect. When I look in the mirror, I see Mom. And there is no greater honor, loving, or blessing.
I come from a family of hate and pain. I come from a place where a woman always makes a way. I come from a world where that girl has a baby. I come from a world where hate means love.
I come from Mexico.
I like to have weather. I come from my mom that wants to give me a bread to this world. I come from my grandma who has shown me how life is.
From an LA hospital, that's where I'm not from. I was just born there. From crossing the river from the city of Ponce Clan in a canoe and back to Santiago, that's where I am from. I am from getting ready in the mornings and getting my dress on, my socks straightened and my shoes turned up. I am from singing the Himno Nacional in the mornings, eating lunches from other mothers, that's where I am from. Getting my Sunday outfit on and going to church every Sunday, that's where I am from. I am from eating fresh food every day. Being a chivista de corazón, that's where I am from. I am from Jalisco.
I come from Minnesota's long winter days, having hot cocoa under the chimney, watching movies with my son. I come from my mom's respectful ways of being a lady and my father's independence. I come from my son showing me how to be a better mom to him each day.
I come from a valley that held me for 9 months and 5 days more. I come from a country with beautiful places. I come from a great community. I come from a great neighborhood. I come from the Twin Cities, a welcoming place. I come from Minnesota, my second home.
I come from say your prayers and give it all to God. I come from hard-working single mothers, and all she believes in it is part of life and it will get better. I come from a mother who taught me a man who don't work, don't eat, so don't be no fool.
This is just a poem. I come from black eyes and busted lips, bruised cheeks and bleeding knuckles. I come from the truth inside of the lies and the lies inside of the truth. I come from 30-year-old children, stable instability. Mother, father, I come from whys and why nots. I come from white, black, and Asian parents because my own parents weren't capable of parenting. In actuality, I'm not sure where I come from.
In a relationship is when you make it.
So never be afraid to speak your mind, because the mind speaks louder than words. Love has 4 letters and so does hate. I have kissed little toes and wiped away tears.
Being a teen mom is hard, but late nights and early mornings are the life we live.
We struggle to see better days. We think that the pain will go away. As time goes on, we hope.
Friends turn into enemies, that's why I don't trust many. I don't know nothing comes to mind. My mind is blank. A relationship without sex is hard to find.
Or to keep.
Just because blood is thicker than water
Doesn't mean that it comes with loyalty.
They both still leak.
Like branches on a tree, we all grow in different directions, yet our roots remain as one.
And it was hard days, really hard days, and they pushed us to get us out there to make us poets. So I really feel accomplished today.
Then hearing the girls explain what it meant to them and what it did for them, and seeing their families and friends, it was really important.
I got 6 new friends because I never thought I would like any of them. But I love all of them and got really close. And yeah.
You wrote the truth of how you truly feel and who you truly are. And I thank you for doing that, because that's really brave.
I want to say thank you to Mr. Fable and Sadiqa. This was great. This was something that I really enjoyed and made our school liver, more life to it. It's not so much that we're just those girls with babies and we don't have no choice but to go to a certain school. Thank you for helping us find ourselves.
I said what I had to say. I wrote what I had to write, and I liked the class. And I thank all the girls for being there for me too.
There are so many behind-the-scenes workers on this whole program. Everyone from everyone here at Broadway, my staff, to Just Tally, who's holding the camera. But there's, I think that Sadiqa, the students, and I kind of got to lavish in kind of the glory and the light, but it was so much beyond that. But I just want to make sure that all of the staff at Broadway and knows that their efforts and their graces were really appreciated in making this happen.
That's there, that confidence that they can do it and that they've done it and they've talked about doing it again. And that's where the true success is, you know.
I think they should continue the class and make it a regular class for all students to be able to enjoy, because I think they could get a lot out of it.